Alright, in this part we are going to have a look at how to do simplification with scientific notations. Yeah. Now when you look at this sort of a question, it makes you go nuts. Why? It looks a bit hard because like a lot of numbers are there, addition is there, multiplication is there, and whole thing divisions are there. It's a little bit of work. So what I always recommend my students is to write the things in a much more simpler manner or simple way. What do I mean by that? Just put a bracket here and let's write the numerator. This over 7, 4 times 10 to the power of negative 24. Okay, 10 to the power of negative 24. I usually don't like to keep 10 to the power of negative. Like negative powers means what? It is belonging to the denominator, isn't it? Yeah, so I always tend to say my students to write it in the denominator. That would make your life much more easy and simple. Yeah, so I would say to write it is the denominator 10 to the power of as a positive 24, then plus 2.656 is also 10 to the power of positive 23 multiplied by 2, and that whole thing divided by 1 over 12 times 1.99 over 10 to the power of 20. That's my first step. Yeah? So all the negative powers I just got rid of them. And then try to make the denominator same as you should. So first let's multiply these two. So if I multiply these two, this will become a 2 and a 1 comes here, 1 and a 1 comes here, and that's a 12, 13.5. So if you multiply this thing by 2, this is what you are going to get, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm not wrong there. And then let's try to make it into the 10 to the power of 24. That means multiply this side by 10, multiply up by 10. Now let's work it out. Now let's rewrite it. 1.674 over 10 to the power of 24 plus this thing will become again 53.12, because multiplying by 10 means the decimal point will move one place forward, over 10 to the power of 23 times by 10 to the power of this is a 1 will become a 10 to the power of 24 as well. Why did I do that? To do the addition of the fractions, and then divide by, here I will get 1.9912 times by 10 to the power of 23. Alright, and now let's do the addition of these two numbers. So we got a 1.674 plus 53.21. So let's do that. 53.12, sorry, and a 1.674. Put a 0 here, and that's a 4, and that's a 9, and that's a 7 point, and a 4 and a 5. So we will get 54.794 over 10 to the power of 24, and then divide by, this thing will become 1.99 over 12 times by 10 to the power of 23. Now guys, come on, this is a fraction question kind of. I created it into a fraction question. So having decimals will make our life a little bit hard. So what will I do? I will multiply up here by 1000 and here by 1000. That means 10 to the power of 3. Yeah. Multiply up here by 100. Multiply down here by 100. Now I will get a little bit much more clear and a nice number, such as 54,794 over 10 to the power of 24 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3 will become 10 to the power of 27, and then divide by 199 over 12 times by, this will get multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. 10 to the power of 23 and 10 to the power of 2 will become 10 to the power of 25. And now guys, we know division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. So 5, 4, 7, 9, 4 over 10 to the power of 27 multiplied by 12 times by, because this goes up here, this goes down here, 10 to the power of 25 over 199. And now let's start to simplify it. I know this 10 to the power of 25 will cancel off with 25 down here, and only 2 will be left out. Yeah, and then I can, so 10 to the power of 2 means pretty much it's 100, right? So the 100 can get simplified by 4 timetables, make it 25, and this can get 4 timetables, which is a 3. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it, which I can see as I see. So then I will write it as a fraction. So I'm not sure whether the 199 timetables will go here, 54,000 or whatever it is, but they're not asking me to like totally simplify it, I guess. So let's multiply it and write it as a fraction. So what I will get is or I can actually write it as a, actually let me write it as a decimal, or a what do you call, a scientific notation, because a scientific notation question should be as a scientific notation, right? So this will become 10 to the power of 22. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 12 and 15,000 something together. So 5, 4, 7, 9, 4 multiplied by 12. So it's 8 and 18, one comes here, 14 and a 5 is 15, one comes here, 9 and a 10 and a 0 comes here, and a 4 and a 9 and a 7 and a 4 and a 5. And that adds up together as 8, 12, one comes here, and a 15, one comes here, 17, one comes here, 5 and a 6. So you will get, give me a moment. Sorry, I got a message from one of my students. Okay, and then I can write this as 6, 5, 7, 5, 2, 8 over 10 to the power of 2. I can write it up here as a 10 to the power of negative 2. And then here I will get 199 divided by 199. Okay, now we had to start to divide by 199. If you had a calculator, that would be much more easy. But unfortunately, we don't have a calculator in this question, and they are not asking me to approximate. If they ask me to approximate, I should have easily make it into a 200 and get the answer. But unfortunately, that is not an option as well. So then what should I do? I should understand, or I should write down the 199 timetables to get this answer. So 199 timetables, I usually tell my students to do it like this, to have an idea. Like, it won't give you the best idea, but it will give you a rough idea about it. Yeah, this is like 99 timetables with 100 going on. 99 timetables is like 200 timetables, right? So pretty much we are writing the 200 timetables, but we are minusing a 1. Yeah, so 200 timetables would look like 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 1800, and 2000. And then minus 1, minus 2, 2000, 200 minus 1 is 199. 400 minus 2 will be 398. 600 minus 3 is, because it's a minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like that, it will go on minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. That's how these timetables will look like. Easy like that. So this would be 597. This will be a 496. This will be a, sorry, not 400. It's going to be 796. And then the next one will be a 995. 1194. 1393. 1892, and then 1700 here, and then this will be a 1500, sorry, 1592 and 1791, and then 1990. I think I did it correctly. Anything I did wrong here? I think I did it all right so far. Yeah, so far so good. And now we are starting to divide it, because we have our timetables with us pretty easily. Yep. That's going to be a little bit of work, isn't it? So we are going to write down the numbers: 6, 5, 7, 5, 2, 8, and a point and some zeros for fun. I'm not going to go more than 4 zeros come on. It would be a nightmare if I go so far. So how many 0 left over 6? How many 0 left over 6, 5? How many 199s can go into 650 something, which is this, which is the third number. So then 657, take away this 597, which will give me a 0 here, and 5 becomes, and 1 comes here, and that's a 6. 60 left out. So that 60 will go to nil. Now for 605, again the same amount, 3, and from a 605, if I take the 597 out, that will give me a that's just a 8. I should have thought about that. In 82, 0, 828. So 828 will be this much, which is the fourth number. That's a 8 to 8. Take away this 796. That's a 2 left out. This can't happen. And then 1 comes here. 32. Then 32 is left out. 32 means only 1 you can take out. So 320, take away the 199. That's going to be a 1. This became a 11. And that's a 2 and a 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1210. That's a 6. And then 1210, take away this 1190. That's a 6 here, and then this is a 1, 16 left out. So for 160, that will be 0. I think that's enough. Moving on, because the decimal point will come here. And then guys, I can understand the answer is moving on, and that's a 1600. 1600 means how many can go into that? That can go up to 8. Now let's round it up to the pretty much the nearest. So I will get 13304.16. If I round it up to 3 decimal places, it will become a pretty much like a 1 here, because 8 will give a 1, and then times by 10 to the power of -2. And now we are going to convert this part into a scientific notation. It will become a 3.304161, but I moved the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places forward. That's a 10 to the power of 3. That value multiplied by 10 to the power of -2, those two will cut off and just give you a 10 to the power of 1. 3 minus 2 is a 1. That means it will become 33. So 33.04161 will be your answer.